everyone, Cornelia from Piping Petals. Welcome to my online tutorial for piping a buttercream ranunculus. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate a technique and discuss the equipment you'll need to pipe an American buttercream ranunculus on a cupcake. If you would like to know how to prepare the colors used or how to fill your piping bags with multicolored effects, please refer to my Working with Colors online tutorial. Let's get started. The ranunculus is quite a cheery little flower, multi-petaled, quite an interesting design. I'm going to do the buttercup variety, which have got a bud in the middle and layers of straight petals surrounding the center. So we're going to use the Gem 104 for the bud, and we're going to use the Wilton 104 for the petals. You can also use the Wilton 104 for the middle. The two shapes are exactly the same. The reason I'm using one brand over the other is because I don't have two of the same. So we're using Gem 104 for the bud and Wilton 104 for the petals. So we've got green in our Gem 104 for the bud in the center of the flower. Wrap it around your finger nice and tight. Make sure you've got the pressure in your piping bag. And right in the middle of your cupcake, we're going to make the bud center. So start with the wide end of your tip against the cupcake, narrow in towards the top, and we're just going to start with a domed shape like that. And now we're going to do just 3 or 4 petals overlaying to create the center. So against the cupcake with your wide end of the tip, going over once, twice, 3 times, one more. There we go. I'm going to do one more. You do actually see the bud through the flower design, so make sure you're happy with what it looks like. Then we're moving on to the Wilton 104, which we have filled with a nice dark pink color. You can use the accentuated edge method for filling your piping bag if you want to, which will just give the edge of your petals a slightly different color. For this one, we've got a solid pink. Now the technique used is very similar to the rose, but more straight petals and less height than the rose. So we're going to start and literally hugging the center, create a long straight petal about halfway around your bud. There we go. Rotate your cupcake, do the same on the other side. Okay, so now we're literally going to start in the middle of a previous petal and continue the same motion. Make sure you just wipe your nozzle once in a while. Keep your pressure tight. I'm just slightly going to increase the height of my petals. So I'm going to do a slight U shape. So if I show it from the end, you can see I've just lifted my nozzle slightly off the edge of the cupcake to get a bit of height. So in the middle of a previous petal again. You might want to wipe your nozzle quite a lot with this one so that you don't misform your previous petals you worked so hard on. Continue, so start every petal from the level of your cupcake. Increase the height just slightly and go about halfway around your flower. As you build it bigger, it gets a little bit more tricky to go all the way halfway around your flower. So you can start making shorter petals, but still in a straight shape. So as you can see, it's much longer straight petals compared to the rose. And therefore, yet again, with this nozzle, you're getting a very different design. Don't worry about the outer sides of your petals being a bit messy, because we're covering that with the next layer of petals. Wipe your nozzle, tighten your bag, not so much. And continue. With this particular design, by the way, if you find it easier to pipe this way, you can. I'm going that way around my flower, but either direction will give you exactly the same design, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I quite like the shape as it is right now. So you could again stop at this stage if you really wanted to and add some green leaves on the outside. Will look really pretty. But I'm going to continue all the way to the end of the cupcake. Find where you stopped. There's my last petal in the middle of that one. So now right at the end of your cupcake, so just bring the height of your petals down a little bit to finish your flower. Just going to tidy up around the sides. One more bit. There we go. Beautiful ranunculus. Very pretty design because of all the petals and very different from the rose. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You can also subscribe to my Blooming Bakes YouTube channel for complimentary videos on how to make the best American buttercream for piping flowers, as well as cupcake recipes and lots more. See you soon.